So this is a short video that it will go with the PowerPoint that is on Blackboard. I actually have two, a longer version and one that says Screencast. So think about it like this: cell division and the cell cycle. First, let's make sure we understand what we're talking about. When we say cell division, we mean mitosis and cytokinesis. So at various points in this video, go ahead and pause it because the slides here will go faster in the video than I would be if you were just going through the PowerPoint. So pause it at every time, or bring up the PowerPoint, watch the video, and just copy it from the PowerPoint. A lot of students will play it again. We often say mitosis, the mitotic rate, and we take for granted that you got to divide the nucleus and then the cytoplasm. That's true cell division. So take a moment and think about what are four reasons on why cells divide. So again, this is another one of those instances where you should pause it. And so here's my answers: cell repair, replacing old cells; development and growth. We're going to elaborate on those two later. Now, reproduction, this is technically asexual reproduction. One cell dividing into two. Sexual reproduction would be two cells fusing into one. That goes with another type of division that we call meiosis, but we're going to save that for later. So this is just restating the same question. If you're copying this down, you don't need to do that, but I would pause it and look over this. The whole idea is DNA is stored in chromosomes. Now, an earlier video we talked about chromatin versus chromosome versus chromatid. When it's a doubled chromosome, a dyad, it's actually sister chromatids. And the genetic information is copied and distributed into the two new cells. So let's talk about this whole copying. And when is it cell division and when is it not? That's what we call the cell cycle. So this video is going to end shortly, and we're going to focus on the stages of mitosis and cytokinesis. But let's make sure we understand these. So I have two versions of this. Take a look. If you were to draw an arrow follow all the way around, growth G1, followed by G2. Well, actually, no. In between G1 and G2, you have a period where you're prepping for mitosis. See, most of the cells will spend their time here, and then something's going to trigger them to divide. And we'll talk about surface area and volume of the cytoplasm and the cell membrane. The DNA is going to replicate itself. Now, some people would say you shouldn't even call it a chromosome until it coils down and can be seen during mitosis. If you can see chromosomes, it's mitosis. So at this point, it's really chromatin. The DNA duplicates itself. And we often take it for granted that if you're going to copy the DNA, you got to copy the other stuff. So take a look at the next one. It's a little more detailed. And so let's say we start here. The cell divides. It's done dividing. So you're going to grow, 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 grow. Some cells are going to get off into this thing where they don't go through replication, like a nerve cell or muscle cells, once they're formed. This is normal cell activity, normal metabolic activity. Remember, interphase is actually G1, S, G2. Mitosis is prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, followed by the division of the cytoplasm called cytokinesis. So DNA copies DNA and chromosomal proteins. That's actually a good thing to remember because chromatin is 50% DNA and 50% proteins. So if you're going to copy the DNA, you're also copying the structural proteins that help keep that DNA in its form. So pause for a second with the next video. All this is text that goes with the pictures. So if you kind of go back and forth, I kind of have it in between. So look over, jot this down. Again, look at copying DNA and chromosomal proteins. Very important because the daughter cells are going to have an exact copy of the genetic material from the original parent cell. One cell divides into two. So don't copy this down. At this point, yes, it's annoying. At this point, I'm going to stop videoing and I'm going to switch to a different PowerPoint. That this video and that PowerPoint will both be on Blackboard. So we're going to go and stop now and continue with the next video.